Very well, Dave. Come on, off to the village we go. This is going to be awful. Meanwhile, in the village, I can see this from my first-person standpoint because I am a genius. The two guards who had just returned from patrolling the area found the village in uproar. Chaos reigned supreme as villagers fled their homes, screaming about some monster that had appeared at the marketplace. Armed with their weapons, the two rushed off to deal with the threat. Another attack so soon? First there's crafty fox-croaks sneak in twice, and now this? Dave, report! What is it this time? Several shop owners report seeing the same girl enter their shops, take food and eat it without paying. Afterwards, she seemed to turn see-through and melt away. You can't do a lot about that. That's quite hard to stop. I'm going to be completely honest here. She was reported nearby, but how come one girl caused this much havoc? These useless guardsmen! Dave, come with us. We will deal with this one girl ourselves. I don't know if I can. What do you mean? Oh, a spirit, right, Narumi. I need you to ensure that no one gets near. I'm trusting you with this. Much to the relief of Narumi, the katana-wielding girls approached a nearby shop which had a crowd of people gathered around it. Devious monster, show yourself this instant. Surrender yourself and I might let you get free. However, the moment she tried to enter the building, a large pink mass surged outwards, knocking her back to the ground. Mio! In the shadow of a nearby building, a figure can be seen rustling about. Upon a closer inspection, it turned out to be a girl, seemingly occupied downing several bottles of sake before she dropped them and turned to look at the person who had interrupted her. Isn't she just pissed at this point? She's just being drunk and disorderly, not causing havoc. When she finally moved into the light, it became clear that she wasn't a villager, but a girl covered in slime from head to toe. That's what a casting couch will do to you. Oh my god. Of course. I didn't even think of it like that. I spilled that tasty drink because you surprised me. Now I'm a sad. What the? How the fuck did they learn English with no one to tutor them? These are the wild spirits who grew up by themselves after getting here when they were toddlers. They speak whatever. You are not welcome here, spirit. You have caused chaos, and that tasty drink, as you said, was not yours. You are a thief and a nuisance. Leave immediately. I'm not a thief. And what's a nuisance? You're just trying to act like a smarty pants because I don't know those fancy words. Typical. It means you are a bother. You do not belong here. Liar! The forest is my home, and this place is part of the forest, therefore I am not a thief. Everything in the forest belongs to me and my sisters, including you. What do you mean? Don't try anything funny, spirit. I fought against your kind before, and I still stand strong here today. Dave, evacuate the people! Seems like the human girl wants to play. This is going to end so... we might have to censor it at this rate. Do not belittle my ability to defend this village. Ha! The girl lunged forward with her katana drawn and slashed through the spirit's body. However, the part that was sliced through sealed up almost as quickly, rendering the attack completely ineffective. That tickles. With the sword stuck inside the slime girl's body, the slime girl's body, the spirit quickly lashed forward, spraying several jets of a slimy substance at the female guard, who soon discovered that her clothes began to melt away. Let's see how confident you are without your sword and clothes. What is this? Like, now fight without your clothes. Why? Fight without your clothes. Damn it! Like, whatever. Where was I? Humming the last part with a childish playfulness, the slime girl pushed the swordswoman even, down onto the grass. A smile that had been splattered onto her starting to harden, causing her to stick to the ground. Oh, of course. Of course there are hand-like things where her breasts are. This is ridiculous. What sort of shitty superhero power is this? I will smite you, but with the power of bubblegum. Like... what the... Let me go, cheater, devious fiend! You're the one who tried to use a sword against me. Don't you know that girls like me can easily avoid such things? Besides, this way I can continue eating in peace. Now be a good girl and stay here while I grab some more yummies. Never! I will not rest until you have been vanquished! Damn you! It's useless. Once my slime hardens, a puny human like you won't be able to break out of it, especially one who is powerful without a sharp stick. I assure you, I am more than just a monkey with a sharp stick. You will never break my stamina. You will not make me silent. Mio struggled, clenching her fist in an effort to try and flee herself. The slime cracked here and there, but nothing indicated that it was ready to yield. Yes, you're a stuck monkey, but you're kind of loud. It's giving me a headache. Put something over her mouth, not in her mouth. The slime girl playfully tapped her forehead as Mia continued her desperate attempts to break free. Just answer me this. Why do you spirits target us? You could go anywhere. You could spend your days hidden deep within the forest, and yet you constantly attack us. Constantly throw around our lives like they were nothing. But the forest is boring. There isn't anyone around to play with outside from my sisters. You humans are such a curious bunch, but it's no fun when you all raise your swords, torches, and pitchforks whenever we visit. Then why do you come if all you want to do is play? Whatever. You know what else isn't fun? Having to rebuild our homes every time you visit. We do not want our lives ruined every time you're feeling bored and wish to play. We are not toys, you monster. We are humans, proud and wise. Strong beings with souls and might. We will not stand by idly as you terrorize our people. I'm not too sure about pride and strength. You do realize if it wasn't for my slime, you'd be giving the villagers a show they wouldn't soon forget, don't you? That's not... You're the one who... My clothes are... That's not important right now. If it wasn't for this goo, I would still have my clothes on. Fiend monster, bratty little thing. Ah, so you want me to remove my slime? I guess you are kind of annoying with your nagging and all. Maybe I need to punish you a bit. The slime girl smiled mischievously as Mia was the slime that covered the girl started to compress, almost painfully slow. This is nothing compared to what the village had to endure. I only came by to get some yummies. You're the one who decided to make a show of it. You took from many shops without paying for it. Actually, maybe I should wrap you up in a cocoon and drag you back to my home. Then I won't have to visit the village to play with someone. If that is what it takes, I would do anything to protect this village and the people in it. If you would promise me you will not return to the village, then you aren't exactly in any position to make demands. Stop! You can't go in there! There they are, Dave. Go. Use your magic. Right. The sound of running footsteps came from the crowd when suddenly the slime girl felt her body growing warmer, small flame sparks seemingly floating around her body, causing her body to slowly melt. At the same time, from amidst the crowd, 3 figures appeared to keep the slime girl from her prey. Right, 2 fox spirits, one muttering an incarnation of swords, while the other was holding some sort of ritualistic staff. Trailing behind them was the Nagatina-wielding guard. What was that? A spear, wasn't it? A spear-wielding guard, accompanied by a young man. Please, Dave, we're trying to help. I don't want to have to stop you. You know what? It is actually Nagatina. It's a kind of weapon. We'll leave that. If you think you can save Mew, then okay, just... You know, if any funny business goes down, I will chop your head clean off. Right, I hope these girls know what they're doing. Sakura, what are you doing here? You! Fox! While the slime girl was being distracted by the fox spirits, I ran over to Mia's side, using all my strength to pull the slime that covered her. However, all I seemed to manage was a slight tear. Freeing the girl was clearly going to take a while. They're here to help, so use your energy for something useful, like getting rid of this damn slime. Ah, Machiko, have you come to play as well? Please, tell your sister to stop her spell. It feels rather tingly. Mayako, keep up the good work. No, Sakura, I have not come to play. You are a fool. A bubble-brained moron. Why is everyone called Sakura? That's like the 4th person in visual novels that I know called Sakura. Well, 3, because I'm not counting Naruto, am I? Why are you harassing the villagers? If you wanted food, you know you could have come to the mansion. Meanie Machiko, you can't tell me what to do. Not to mention the food from the village is tastier than the fruit at your place. Besides, I just wanted to play with them a bit. But then they started screaming, and this monkey girl with her sharp stick tried to scare me away. I will not stand for these insults. Just you wait until I'm free. Dave, the spell is almost done. If I keep going on, it might... Just a little more, little one. Sakura, I do not wish for this to end this way. You know what will happen if Makae's spell is allowed to continue. You might get stuck in the midget form for a long time, and I'm certain you do not want that. Leave this village, please. Oh, you're going to melt me? This is unfair. My sisters won't be happy to hear Machiko and Mayako sided with the silly humans when all I was doing was having some fun. I'll be back. And with those words, the slime girl melted into a pool of water and disappeared from sight. Now, it's not technically melting into a pool of water, is it? She's disappearing. Oh dear. Once the slime girl had disappeared from the village, I succeeded in tearing off the slime that covered Mio. Don't you dare show us her. However, as the slime shattered into a million of tiny pieces, Mio was left without any form of cover, causing me to quickly cover my eyes. Don't you dare look at me! Scrambling to her feet, the girl rushed away, most likely in the search of a change of clothes. Happy to bathe in front of the other guard, as per earlier, though completely naked. With the slime girl gone, the villagers turned towards the fox spirits with confused gazes. How does slime even do that? I mean, if it were getting to the point where it disintegrate clothes, it would disintegrate the skin as well. Whatever. Game logic. The tension in the air was thick. No one knew what to expect. Finally, a familiar figure emerged from within the crowd. It's a pleasure to finally meet you again, Dave, even if the circumstances could have been better. I did just run away. I mean, come on. What are you saying, Elder? That man is clearly in cahoots with the spirits. Wait a second, these girls just wanted to help. Dave, my head hurts. It's okay, Dave. I'm here. Just hold on to me tightly. I'll protect you, and so will Dave. It's a trap! Silence. How dare you act with such hostility towards those that just saved your lives? The crowd seemed rather startled by the firmness of the man's voice, but soon obeyed, some of them feeling rather ashamed all of a sudden. It is clear that you and your companions did not come here with ill intentions, Dave. I must ask you to forgive the people for their nervousness and hostility. As you have most likely noticed, contact between the spirits and humans has been rather problematic at best. Yes, thank you for everyone telling me this. I'm not going to forget in a couple of seconds. I understand their concern, but will you at least hear me out? Very well, if that is what you desire. He was the one saying they didn't come here with ill intention, and then I'm like, can I explain, please? Oh, fine. Whatever. Then it will be the least we can do for those who have saved the village upon this day. However, let us wait for the chief to return. I believe it will be important for her to hear what you have to say. Yeah, she's just going to ignore it, but okay. I'll go find her, Dave. Feeling grateful that the elder had granted me the chance to carry out my plan, we waited for Mio to return. Mio. Thankfully, the elder brought us somewhere private where Machiko could tend to Mayako without the villagers looking on in contempt. How many times am I gonna have to say it? I am sorry, I froze, okay? I panicked. Your sword is stronger than my Naginata. Whatever. What was I even gonna accomplish? But that is unacceptable. I remand. What are those creatures doing here, Dave? This is highly unorthodox. She's highly unorthodox. Shh, Dave. This is not the time. Slap her around the face. These are our guests, Dave. You shall treat them with respect they deserve. Now, take a seat and listen to their tale. That is an order. I understand, Dave. First and foremost, let me express my gratitude for helping save this village. Thank you. The one and only to do so, but thank you nonetheless. While Dave's brave attempts to stop the spirit allowed us to prevent further damage, I fear that her fate would have been much worse had the spirit had been allowed to continue its rampage. Therefore, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for saving Dave from this village, Dave, and you as well, Fox Spirits. You know, an idea came up when I was streaming the other day that I'm to call all women Davette. The more this game goes on, the more it seems more appropriate. Might start that next game. No problem, Dave told us to do it. Besides, Sakura's a stupid, smelly beanie pants. You just want to punch someone in the face when they speak like that, unless they're fucking 7. Whatever. We humbly accept your gratitude, Dave. Dave. Thank you, Dave. Fucking hell. Actually like the Republic of Dave at the moment. You really helped us out there. You've got more guts than me. That girl had me terrified. Have you not considered that they might be working together with that monster and that all this is a ruse to sneak into the village and steal what little resources we have left? She can clearly do that without our help. The elder sighed before his gaze sharpened, his tone surprisingly stern in comparison to how he had just been talking. His voice was so harsh that both girls visibly flinched at the sound of it. You seem to be underestimating the power of these spirits. If those three had joined forces, there would have possibly been no village left to defend. The man sighed deeply, shaking his head before continuing. You should be grateful. We would not stand a chance if all spirits were to conspire against us. Do I need to remind you that we can barely stand our ground against even one of them? Dave, you must understand, due to my situation, I simply cannot pretend to be friends with a spirit. Oh, good. We're playing the I'm going to say situation as opposed to, you know, refer to that thing that happened, so someone has to ask what happened. Not after everything they've done to us, but for now I would at least remain silent on the matter. There is more at stake here than my personal feud. Know this, fox spirits, if I find either of you doing anything suspicious, I will personally find out whether my sword goes through you as ineffectively as it did that monster. There shall be no talk of such things within this house. Now, Dave, you mentioned you wanted to tell us something. Could it be related to your younger companion's comment? I find it curious. Here I mention the name of the old spirit, such as Suryi. I keep wanting to say the R instead of the Y first, it's annoying me. Actually, what I'm about to tell is something I learned directly from her. You mean, you met her in person? Cue sad music. I nodded my head firmly. There's a reason behind the spirit's altitude towards humans. And doesn't it strike you as odd that there are only spirits in this particular area? It is true that there has been no spirit sightings outside this region, but what does that have to do with us? They're dead, Dave. Everybody's dead, Dave. What, even Peterson? Yes, even Peterson, Dave. They're all dead, Dave. Oh, that would be so much more exciting than what's about to happen.